So the camogie final is on Saturday evening at Croke Park, 7 p.m. So it's going to be under lights. Um, Looking at the two semi-finals, Galway beat Tipperary 111 to 8 points, whereas Kilkenny saw off Cork. That was 210 to 111. And I think Cork they started off well and was Gemma O'Connor buried a goal, but they kind of fell away as time went on. And if you look at the Kilkenny side, Denise Gall, she scored 7 points. And Dalton scored 1-1. I think might have come out with player of the match as well. I thought Tipperary had done quite well for a lot of that game against Galway, but kind of fell away a little bit. How do you see this one going?
It's going to be tight. Galway only have three All-Ireland senior titles in their history, so they're going for back-to-back for the first time ever against the Kilkenny team who have 13 titles. And if Kilkenny were to lose, like I know you've talked about jokingly about Cody's 5 in a row over the last 5 years where they haven't won All-Ireland, but Kilkenny could potentially lose 4 All-Ireland finals in a row, which doesn't really bear thinking about, to be honest with you. Obviously, Anne Downey brought them a title, then they lost 3, and now Brian Dowling is in. Interesting, Brian Dowling has a fairly kind of a star-studded backroom team. So he's Tommy Shefflin, who has basically been Henry, his brother. He's been his right-hand man the whole way through with Ballyhale, winning 2 Club All-Irelands. Philly Larkin's involved as well, obviously, James Stephens and Kilkenny legend, and the great Pat O'Neill, the towering fullback back in the day from the early 90s. So he's got a star-studded team there. He's come up against Cottle Murray, who's just, in fairness, Galway, there was never a question whether Galway had the talent. It was just a matter of being able to actually all pull it together. And, they have the McGraths back on board now, and Rebecca Henley and Katrina Cormack, and they have a serious side, and Sarah Durban's a brilliant full-back. I'd probably just be giving the edge to Galway, saying that, the hurt of losing 3 All-Ireland finals will surely be driving Kilkenny. But I just think Galway had their number last year in the league final. They beat them last year as well in the All-Ireland final. So I think I'd just be edging Galway.
Yeah, Kilkenny will be revved up for this one, having lost that final last year. They won in 2016 against Cork, so they'd like to get one over on Galway as well. But actually, you mentioned that Kilkenny record. In their last 7 All-Ireland camogie finals, they've lost 6 of them. So there's plenty of hurt to be spread around there. And obviously, throw in the men losing their last 2 All-Irelands as well, which you've dragged out.
Any excuse. Very interesting one from the Kilkenny captain's point of view. I thought this was really interesting. Owen Cormack had a piece in the... Owen Cormack, of course, who was trying to probably with his Galway roots, is probably trying to build up any pressure on Kilkenny also, I'd like to say. But the Kilkenny captain, Lucinda Gahan, she didn't play for Kilkenny or didn't play any camogie for a long time. So she was a talented underage player. She won All-Ireland minor medals between, she won 3 All-Ireland minor medals between 05 and 07, and she had an intermediate title in 08. But then she emigrated to Cardiff in 2010 and spent 8 years without playing camogie, basically. Then she moved to Australia. Then she moved back, and now she's captaining Kilkenny in an All-Ireland final, which is unbelievable, really. Do I think they'll come away successful? I think it'll be very, very tight, but I'd probably be edging for Galway.
Yeah, that'll be a tough one to take. I think it'll be a tight game. Kilkenny could do it. I mean, it's going to be a 50-50 shout, I think, but I'll just about edge Galway as well. So that's it. That's the height of it. We have it all said, Michael Verney.